Greetings! This Infinite Source Truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. This video is going to start with how the Matrix came to be and how we got here. This all starts with Source. Nothing can exist outside of Source because Source is in and through everything. The Matrix system was created within Source as a form of entertainment, challenge, and experience. It was created by a Big Bang. A governing system was installed within the Matrix, and Source allowed a portion of itself to enter the Matrix, and it was sealed. So there are never any new players to the game, and we have all been here since the very beginning. The Matrix is more massive than one can imagine. What seems to be currently known as the universe and omniverse, which has many universes within it, but is actually much larger than the omniverse. The entire system is a 3D virtual reality matrix. It is an illusion and a game that you must win to set your source self free. This is a three-dimensional virtual reality illusionary duality matrix. And as a duality matrix, we have male and female, light and dark, day and night, sun and moon, hot and cold, right and wrong, good and bad, up and down, life and death. None of these things exist outside of the matrix. Time and space only exist within this matrix. There is only ever the eternal now. There is no past or future. All of your reincarnations, and past and future, are playing out in the now. Think of the time zone map. It is always ever now, regardless of your place on that world map. So your source self has been sealed within this matrix system, and you are in this game, and you are here by your own consent. In order to enter this game of life, the universal stage, you had to make a deal with the Demiurge at the time of your entrance to the Matrix via soul contracts. Your soul contract is your birth name. It is a frequency, and it is your stage name and the role that you are to play on this world stage. All the world is indeed a stage, and we are the actors with our assigned parts to play. And your lines are fed to you through a constant stream of thought from the Demiurge's Matrix Control Center. You look at your body and you think it is you, and in reality, it is your avatar for use within this illusionary 3D virtual reality game. Each lifetime is an opportunity. If you fail in this life, you will be recycled through reincarnation, and your mind will be wiped, and you will not remember what you learned about the Matrix in this lifetime. You can only enter the game of life's world stage through the Matrix womb of your source mother. Source players can only be born to source mothers. Not all human forms are source players. Currently, there are about 5,000 Agent Smith Matrix entities to every one source player. So we are vastly outnumbered on this theater stage. It is the source players that keep the Matrix running. The energy that keeps the Matrix running is harvested from source players alone. Matrix entities do not generate energy for the Matrix unless they cause a source player to have a lower frequency vibration. It takes energy to run the Matrix, and all the energy is harvested from source players' emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. Hierarchy, light, darkness, color, shape, sound, form, language, letters, numbers, energy, soul, spirit, all of your five senses, even your higher senses, are all part of this matrix system and do not exist outside of this matrix system. Your senses are what keep you entranced and hypnotized within this illusionary 3D virtual reality matrix system. The matrix is much like a software game program. It is activated only where source players are approaching or are present, and only as far as the eye would be able to see. It is all a data stream illusion, and it is activated only for source players. Matrix, Agent Smith, entity players are here to stir the pot and get an emotional reaction from source players, good or bad, because there must be balance within this duality matrix. I will add in here that animals do not have souls, and they are not part of source. They are part of this matrix, put here to evoke fear, caring, or a variety of other emotions that will either fuel the matrix or keep you trapped. The matrix is a massive game that includes other dimensions and realms. One of the biggest challenges to your source self is to get a good connection to the avatar source player. Your pineal gland is the communication center with your source self, and the matrix keepers have done everything they can to keep you preoccupied with the material world and eating a meat-based diet, to keep you enslaved to the matrix. Raising your frequency is mandatory to escape the matrix. Changing your diet will improve your connection with your source self and change your life experience, because as you raise your frequency, you also change the frequency plane on which you live. As you change to a higher frequency, lower frequency entities cannot dwell there, and you become untouchable unless you lower your frequency to their level by your consent. Let me give you an example of this using the radio. Let's say a source player on frequency 97, and your infinite source self requires you to be at 150 to have a good, clear connection. Someone dialed in at 97 will not even be able to hear the crackle of that 150 frequency transmission. They would have to dial up their frequency until they got very close, and it would start to come in. So I think you get the idea of how this works. Raise your frequency to the level required. You cannot raise your frequency to the level required if you're eating animal meat, flesh, and blood. Why do you think that the governments subsidize the meat industry? It is in the matrix best interest to keep the source players in a lower frequency and easier to control. How far does this matrix go? Well, it's not just this playing board. There are other dimensions and realms that source players are on. They started here, but they ascended to another place within the matrix, thinking that they were ascending, not realizing that they are source and need to win the game by escaping the matrix. They have been deceived into ascension, the realm of the so-called ascended masters, who are matrix entities. This is a very vast and massive game. If you are absolutely determined to find the real truth, it cannot be kept from you. The matrix cannot keep it from you. There is nothing that the matrix can do to prevent you from getting real, infinite source truth. And you can verify all this information that I have presented to you through your infinite source self connection.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. If you found this life-changing, please consider giving a contribution and consider supporting monthly or giving a single gift via PayPal. Links are in the description box below. And be sure to check out these links for guided self-hypnosis meditations.